What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to Automotive Life. My name is Lucky, and today we're going to be talking about how auto repair costs have absolutely skyrocketed. So there are three major reasons why auto repair has gotten absolutely ridiculous. The first one is parts, second one is labor, and third is the actual vehicles themselves. Before we get into the video, if you can do me a huge favor and gently squeeze the like button if you enjoyed today's content or any of my other videos, I truly appreciate it. Also, if you consider subscribing, thank you so much again, and let's get into the video. So let's go ahead and talk about the first major problem, which is auto parts. We're going to talk about how prices skyrocketed and what led to this and what we should expect moving forward. Now, during the pandemic, everything shut down, as you guys know, and auto parts manufacturing, once it reopened, was really focused on making brand new cars. They didn't really care about used cars. They figured that all across the world there was enough supply of old used car parts to keep everything moving. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And on top of that, a lot of the manufacturing plants that started opening up were so far behind, they couldn't catch up. Also, majority of our used car parts come from China. So a lot of those manufacturers weren't able to open as quickly because of China's zero COVID policy. So they're almost a year behind the rest of the world. Unfortunately, a lot of manufacturers had to close their doors for good because they weren't able to get paid. Now, a lot of these manufacturers get quoted at buying maybe 100,000 alternators at one time through maybe AutoZone, O'Reilly's, or Ford. So what this manufacturing plant does is they buy all the materials and everything else to build 100,000 alternators within a 12-month span. And let's say they ship out 10 a month. Well, January, February, boom, March happens, we get shut down. They got 30,000 alternators out. They struggle to get paid for those. They have to wait maybe 6-8 months, almost 2 years. And in the meantime, they still have all this carrying cost of all the materials they got to build these other ones. They have people, overhead. And so unfortunately, a lot of those manufacturers got wiped out because they weren't paid. And because they're wiped out, other manufacturers are wiped out, and it's had this big ripple effect all across not only the United States, China, Mexico, and the UK. So this is why parts have gotten so astronomical, because there's not that many manufacturing plants making them. This is another reason why I push very hard to make more things here in North America, whether it's in the United States, preferably Canada or Mexico, so we can keep the costs in here. Because if you watch my last video, US is one of the only countries that makes only 30% of their parts of their vehicles in-house. Everything else is made in other countries, which is sad. But because of this, now we have absolutely skyrocketing prices when it comes to mechanical parts and body parts. So if you're looking at getting maybe something simple like brakes and rotors, before the pandemic, brake rotors, maybe 30, 40 bucks each. Your brakes, maybe $10 to $20 my cost as shop costs. Now our prices have gone up almost 30 to 40%. So I don't even know what it is for retail. It's probably almost double. And so now we're all left carrying these extra costs. Those $99 brake jobs you used to see everywhere, those things are gone. Now it's like $4.99 or $5.99. And that's just them probably replacing the two front rotors and the actual brake pads. And that's if you don't have anything special like ceramic or special type of rotors. Now you're looking at maybe $1,000 just to do brakes on a regular car, which is absolutely ridiculous. On top of that, there's still a lot of parts that we can't even get. I had an alternator go out in a BMW 7 Series. We had to get it off of eBay out of Mexico because there was none here in the United States. Usually we would rebuild these things, but the rebuild company that we use couldn't get the kits they usually get to fix these things. So all these things are still coming by, but we're slowly getting caught up, and it's going to affect the prices probably for the next 2 to 3 years. Now, the second reason why auto repair is absolutely skyrocketing is because of labor. Now, there is a massive shortage of automotive technicians. You can go to any shop across the United States, and you're probably going to get anywhere from a 2 to 3 week wait. A lot of my friends that specialize in certain vehicles, they have a 2 to 3 month waiting list, which is absolutely insane. Now, I did a video probably about 6 months ago talking about the shortage of automotive technicians and how this is going to affect the market, and labor rates are only going to go up from there. For some reason, a lot of Americans were taught, don't work with your hands, working trades is bad, you want to go get a college degree. So now there's a bunch of people I know with a $100,000 degree that come out of college making $15 an hour. You can go to a trade school for anywhere from 3 to 6 months, get out and probably make anywhere from $18 to $28 an hour. On top of that, once you become specialized or you work for a franchise group, you can make anywhere from $35 to $150 an hour depending on the manufacturer, especially if you do flag rate. Now, a lot of techs hate flag rate or book rate. I actually enjoy it because you get stuff done faster, but there are a lot of things that are structured to take your money away. So a lot of regular people are probably watching this saying, what are flag hours? Now, these are hours predetermined on specific jobs. So if it takes 3.5 hours to take off, let's say, your front brake pads and slap a new pair on, that's what the technician gets paid for. If they fix it in 1 hour or they fix it in 6 hours, they still get paid for the 3.5. Now, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because there are a lot of jobs in the books that suck, that take up a lot of man hours that don't do it. But if you do it quick enough and you get good, you can knock out a lot of these jobs a lot faster. That's why you can see some of these automotive technicians getting 200 to 300 hours in 1 week's pay period because they're just racking out jobs really fast. But unfortunately, there's not enough people signing up for these trade schools and not enough people jumping in. So labor rates are only going to go up from here because we're only dealing with a very limited pool of individuals that still want to fix cars. On top of that, the cars have gotten so complicated that you need to be literally a computer engineer to not only fix these things, but then work with your hands. We literally have technicians now that wear lab coats that don't even work physically on cars. They just sit around and program everything. That's how crazy and advanced we're getting. And the third reason why auto repair has gotten absolutely ridiculous is because of the actual vehicle. What do I mean by vehicle? Majority of the cars that are made today are absolutely shit cars. They're made to go up to 100,000 miles, fall apart, and they want you to buy something new. Things were not built like the old days. You can drive around anywhere and you will literally see a 1970s truck or Ford truck. If you try to go around and look for a Chevy Corsica that's from 91, you will not find these things. Now, I know some people in the comment section are going to chime in and say, oh, well, my 91 Honda Accord's got 400,000 miles. Yes, that's true. But if you buy a brand new Honda Accord, if you look, a lot of these cars are having failures because of the turbos at 30,000 miles, which is crazy. So all these cars are slowly getting this path where everything is plastic, it's meant to throw away, but they blame it on weight reduction. On top of that, the cars have gotten so complicated, it's extremely hard to repair them. Now, back in the day, when I first opened up my shop, it was very rare that we would throw away a car because we couldn't fix it. There was usually something there. If we had to replace maybe one of the wiring harnesses, a PCM, or some sort of other part, we could figure it out. But with today's vehicles, with all the electronics and everything that could possibly go wrong with these vehicles, makes it extremely hard to pinpoint certain problems. That's why if you've had a car and you take it into a shop and you say you're having electrical problems, most technicians will say, nope, I don't want to deal with it. A lot of these new Fiats, absolute nightmares. One small ground, literally the wires just rub off just a little bit and it barely touches the chassis. You burn through your modules, now your car won't run. But unfortunately, we have to place each one at a time to see if we can get it running again. Each one's maybe $1,000. So you're like $1,000, nope, still not running. Another $1,000, still not running. Another $1,000, hopefully it runs. But people don't want to spend that kind of money basically figuring out if these things work or not. Now, back in the day, we could do a lot of diagnosing to figure out and pinpoint the exact problem. But now everything's gotten so complicated, it's getting very hard for a technician, even a good one, to dial down exactly what's wrong with your car. So now that these vehicles have gotten so complicated, most technicians don't even want to mess with them, so they'd rather just walk away. So we're having more cars that are actually being walked away from because of mechanical repairs. And don't even get me started on EVs. EV repairs are absolutely insane. If you have a Tesla and you want to get maybe a headlight or a door panel or maybe a window regulator, something like that, it's 4 times the cost of a Toyota Camry or a Ford F-150. And that's even if you can get the part, because Tesla, believe it or not, doesn't manufacture a lot of parts that are on standby. Majority of the parts we buy for EVs are used because the new parts prices are absolutely insane. So when we give these people repair bills for used EVs, they literally lose their mind. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Please, in the comment section below, put if you've gotten a quote for an absolutely insane car repair. If you've already gotten your car fixed, what was the bill? What are you currently seeing in your market? I know Facebook Marketplace, you're seeing a bunch of cars that say mechanic special all over there. So if you're seeing a lot of those, let me know in what area you're in. Also, if you're a mechanic, chime in. What do you think of the current state? Are you getting paid enough? Are you getting too many tools? Is it costing too much to still do your job? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram at Lucky Lopez. And also, if you go to our website, Automotive Life, we are finally offering our new classes about auto repair, car dealerships. If you want to open up an auto repair shop, body shop, or if you just want to flip cars, we're going to have all that and a whole lot more. Also, if you sign up for any of these classes, you get free 90 days Q&A weekly sessions with me. We hop on Zoom, we talk to all these automotive professionals, see what's working in their areas, what's bothering you, and if you have problems with your particular business, we want to help you move forward. So links down below, please sign up for that, and we'll see you next week.